Welcome to Living Chassidus. Together, let's live the Chassidus we learn.
Good morning, everybody. This year is for shleima for Meir Gedalya ben Chana Leah. Welcome to Chassidus in the morning, 15 minutes. Meir Yehuda Atah, 1978. Okay, so today we're up to Ois Hey, where Mitzvah Hashem will be finished by tomorrow, and then Monday we can start Pastor Lagani at the Rebbe. Very powerful Meir as well. Okay, so we were discussing yesterday that is essentially there's three pillars, just like the Reuben, Shimon, and Levi, which bring out Yehuda. So there's these three pillars that the world stands. So we talked about it in terms of davening, that through the first two portions of Shema and Emes V'Yatziv, which we said it's about Avos Hashem and Yos Hashem and connecting to Hashem through Torah. And we explained how Avos Hashem comes about through Mizbein, through thinking about and meditating about divine providence, how Hashem is in every facet and aspect of your life, and He really is. And then we learned, and then we're talking about the Yerush Hashem, just like the difference in Reuven was refuah and Shimon, which is shmiya, is hearing, which is distant, like when you hear a story versus seeing it yourself. It's understanding of it, but that understanding of godliness brings you to a fear, to an awe, to a fear not in I'm scared, fear in terms of awe. Like imagine being in front of a very respected person that you respect very much, infinitely more so is Hashem. And then through Levi, now be connected through Torah, you connect to Hashem. So these are the things you do to think about Hashem, and the other ones what brings to connect. So he said, how does this work in terms of serving Hashem in our lives? Is Torah which is just being kind, doing kind. A quick story. I was speaking to a friend of mine today, and he was telling me how he was. Well, I don't give away too many details. But basically, he said that it was the week of his wedding, or week, or within the week, and he was outside, and there wasn't a shleima with him. He was incarnate, and he felt he didn't need to, like whatever. He was people around. Someone came to him, and he was very stressed out. Someone comes to him, a friend of his, from like a way back, and he started like berating him over the fact they didn't have a shleima. Like, oh, what's your shleima? And the guy was stressed, and he didn't need an added stress. And so he was telling to me, and he's been married already for a little bit, and he was like, it really bothered him. And this is we're talking about Reuven, which is Gemas Chasadim, being kind. It's simple. Just looking at people and trying to be kind to them, and recognizing like when someone has something, like one time I was in shul, and a guy that he also wears a kavata, he came 1 week, he was wearing a short jacket. So everyone noticed it. So I thought about it for a second, and I'm like, why would I ask him? It's not a respectful thing. I don't know what's going on, why he's doing it. It could be millions of reasons. So I just didn't say anything. I wanted to show him that I don't care about you just because you wear a jacket or a kavata. And what ended up happening is that other people asked him about it, and ended up just explaining that he wasn't able to get to the dry cleaner in time. People making all these stories in their head, and I felt like, why is it that when he comes every other week, so we don't pay attention to him much. But now he's wearing a short jacket, suddenly we're questioning him, we should care about him all the time. And this is Gemas Chasadim, being kind, looking at opportunities. It says in the Gemara, I think Rabbi Yechim Zakai, I was learning today, in the Gemara, it says he used to say hello to everyone before they said hello to him. No one ever said hello to him before he said hello to them. He says, even in the marketplace. Now you can imagine Rabbi Yechim Zakai is a big Talmid Chacham, he's a very holy, spiritual guy. And in the marketplace, the people that hung out in the marketplace weren't on that caliber, nowhere near probably. And he says, even the Goyim, and in those days, they probably weren't very friendly to the Yidden. And nevertheless, he said hello to everyone. And this is Gemas Chasadim. There's millions of ways of doing Gemas Chasadim. This is just one of them, one of the few ways. And then it's davening. They're working on our davening. Davening is not necessarily the quantity, especially if you're married with kids or you're busy and you're not able to, but it's the quality of it and trying to really connect. And then there's of course having shirim and Torah like this, learning Torah every day. That really connects you. So that's what we were saying. Hey, page 29 in this book. Hey, Yehuda. Now, the reason why in order to get these are all just a preface. But like we said, also the last thing we said was that a good name goes on top of them. It's Keser, Kahuna, Keser Teir, Keser Malchus, which is these three levels. But the best of them is Shem Tev, El Gabein. So this that we have to have a Rishon and Levi in order to bring out the level of Yehuda, meaning this Shema and the Emes V'Yatziv to bring about the Shemon Esrei. I know it means the Rebbe is saying a very, very fundamental point. The Haidah, the recognition, the oneness that you can't be with Hashem, the connection that you have with Hashem of this level of Yehuda, which is above and beyond any logic, any seichus, just it's that connection that you feel the oneness that you have with Hashem. It also talks about it in Bas Lagani. When we get to there, we'll see it. This level of oneness, you're not making it. Meaning it's not a new thing that you don't have and you have to make it. You always have it. What you're doing is you're just revealing it. All these levels of Reuven, Shimon, and Levi are helping you reveal that oneness you have with Hashem. And that bittul, which is essentially the recognition and the feeling that I'm nothing separated from Hashem. But in a concealed way, with Nimius, concealed, it's always there. It's always there. We always have this oneness with Hashem. But Teres explained Shahayud, the Yehuda, Meir al Hayvim. Hatmidus. So the Yud in Yehuda shows on the consistency of it. The whole concept that the Yud was Yud, I don't remember the diktuk right now, but the Yud is normally like Yi is like a future tense. But the Yud, in this case, he's saying it means it's the present tense, meaning it's like consistently. Like it says in Torah, like it says, Kacha Yeyase Iyuv Kol Yamim. So if Yeyase normally means will do. But in this context, it means does. It says Kol Yamim all the days, meaning something that's consistent. So to this Haidah, this recognition, this connection with Hashem that we have, that we're saying is produced through Reuven, Shimon, and Levi, through the davening, the Shema and Emes V'Yatziv, and through the Torah, Vedim, Chasadim, we're not making something new, we're just revealing it. Meaning, we have this level of Haidah. It's a consistent, this acknowledgement, this recognition of Hashem is one. It's there. The Ma'ashikasuv, Hapam, Moedes, Davai, this that it says, even though you're going to say, what do you mean? But it says, now, which Hapam means this time, Hashem I will give things, which means it's not consistent. Meaning not all times are equal. That's seemingly to contradict what we just said. We said that it's timidus, it's constant. But we see when it comes to Yehuda, it says, now I will thank Hashem, which means it's that recognition, that connection to Hashem is not always there. So who rak banagela gilui. This is only talking in reference to revealed, meaning that she said, now I will give thanks, just in a revealed way. And we always connect to Hashem. Why? Why is it concealed? Because you have the body and you have Nefesh Bahamis. They disconnect us. They want us to be disconnected. We don't think about all these things. We don't think about godliness. We don't think how much we're attached and connected to Hashem. That's just part of the makeup. And Befrat, and specifically, Mitzad Hel Mester Galus, and also we have Galus. We have the struggles of life. So the struggles of life take us away and make it hard for us to see this. Aval Nefesh Lekis, but we also have a Nefesh Lekis, like we've been learning in Tanya. The Nefesh Lekis, that we all have. This is your true essence, and therefore we're constantly faith in him. And this is sort of the beauty of Chassidus that it brings out that you can have two opposite ones, one that's good for you and one that's not good for you. So if you don't know Chassidus, you don't understand Chassidus, so you say, I must be a bad person. I have these negative desires, negative wants, and I do think it's not good for me. But if you learn Chassidus, no. You're what the word is, but like you're schizophrenic, you have two voices inside of you, and you do. You have Nefesh Lekis. Nefesh Lekis is good, and you always have it there. You have something good within you. It always wants to do good things. It always sees the Eivishter, sees Hashem. Always wants to be connected to Hashem. And then you have together with that Nefesh Bahamis that doesn't want that and wants to conceal yourself from that. It wants the physical pleasures of this world, and nothing got to do with Hashem. He told me the Muna Itai. And the things to Hashem is constant. by the nefesh elokis. If ein shaykh was a shum shincha shalom, and there's no, it's not even, you can't even say that anything is not subject to change. The nefesh elokis within us, it always wants it. And this is a very powerful part. What we're saying here, because what we're seeing is that you're not, it's like someone said to the Rebbe, when a guy comes to Shon Yom Kippur, he's being a faker. One time he comes, he's a faker. The Rebbe said the rest of the year is being a faker. So really, you could say it's who are we relating to? The Rebbe relates to the Nefesh Elokis. When you come to Shon Yom Kippur, that one time a year, that's who you really are. You're Nefesh Elokis. Whereas the other guy is relating to the Nefesh Bahamas. It's who you really are, Nefesh Bahamas. That's all. But what we're saying is we're really a Nefesh Elokis, and that's what we got to do. We're going to tap into Nefesh Elokis. We're going to recognize I have a Nefesh Elokis, and I'm good, and I'm constantly being with Hashem. I see myself, and I don't behave this way. That's just dumb. That's the godless, and that's the concerns on the Nefesh Bahamas. And I just got to reveal that. But I don't need to produce something new. I am essentially good. I just need to reveal that goodness. It's not that I'm a bad person and I have to do good things. I'm a good person, just doing some things that I shouldn't be doing. So what's the whole purpose? Reuven, Shimon, and Levi. It's is to arouse, to awaken. That's how Heidah. This recognition, this and reveal the pnimius alev in the inner recesses of our hearts. So the only thing we're doing is revealing it. It's a very powerful idea. We're not producing something. But I have to daven and do all these preparations to have a proper connection to Hashem. Without that, I don't have a connection. You have the connection to Hashem. It's just not revealed. And through Reuven, Shimon, and Levi, through doing all these kindness and davening and learning and connecting to people, that's just helping you reveal it. To the extent that Reuven, Shimon, and Levi cause it, that potential to be revealed, to actually be revealed. Mamish, machshav d'maisa, revealed in your thoughts, in your speech, in your action. That your recognition of Hashem, your connection to Hashem, and your feelings of closeness to Hashem is revealed in the thought, speech, and action. That's what it's achieved. To be finished, whatever. We'll finish. I'll start Vav a little bit. Okay, Vav. The pasuk continues. It says in the pasuk that when Yaakov is blessing Yehuda, he's saying your hand will be on the erev, which is the nape, like the neck of your enemies. Meaning, what does that mean for us? And this is a very, very, very powerful verse. Through revealing this connection to Hashem and this oneness with Hashem, this recognition of Hashem and this thanks to Hashem, which is the Bechinas Yehuda, your hand becomes on the neck of your enemy, on the nape of your enemy. You have your spiritual enemy, which means the Nefesh Bahamas, Nefesh Elokis, that is getting in the way of you connecting to Hashem and revealing that connection you have to Hashem. Become a verb in the Torah as explained in Torah, and the Gambagashmis, also physically, your physical enemies, the enemies around you, the enemies, maybe he also means like, in Israel and the enemies that surround them. There's physical enemies. Gambagashmis. He says the puzzle doesn't go out of its simple literal meaning. So the literal meaning of the enemies means the enemies. That through, which is another powerful part, what we're saying here is that through our working ourselves, we reveal that essential connection that we have, and that thanks to Hashem and that recognition that Hashem is there. Through having that, it helps us overcome our challenges in life, not just the challenges within us that's coming from Nefesh Bahamas, but the challenges of Galus and the challenges of things outside of us. Beautiful. And after he says you have your hand on the nape of your enemies, Nemar Gur Ada, you to be like a roaring lion, a growing lion. The Lord Yasu Shevet Yehuda, and no staff will depart from Yehuda. Shleima, what does that mean? But we can try to say and the Rebbe is saying that this idea that your hand will be on the nape of your enemy, and you'll have control of the Nefesh Bahamas, and also the Galus, and also the enemies, the Gashmis, the physical enemies. That's going to happen not when Mashiach comes, but even now, because it says about Yehuda that the staff, meaning the leadership that Yehuda has, it says, Gur Yehuda, lo yasi shevet Yehuda, that the staff won't depart, meaning it's always going to be there, not just when Mashiach comes, but even now. What they're saying is that even this idea we're talking about, it means it applies to right now. So we should be successful in beginning tomorrow. We should be successful in overcoming the enemies from within, and enemies from above. And the way to do it is for Reuben, Shimon, and Levi, davening, learning, and doing Gemilas Chasadim, and also in the davening itself.